Hey, Jonathan.
Hey, Dean, how are you? Thank you for having me. Warm welcome to everyone watching. It's truly an honor to join you here. Dean, your reputation as a thought leader and innovator precedes you, and it's exhilarating to be part of the conversation under your guidance. I'm Jonathan Goodman. With over 3 decades in technology sector, I've navigated through roles that have not only challenged but also enriched my strategic and innovative thinking. As the vice president of Halyard Consulting, I've led our transformation into a front runner in AI consulting. We enable businesses to integrate advanced AI solutions that refine their operations and elevate their market position. In my capacity as a fractional CMO, I harness this depth of tech expertise to dive deep into and drive marketing strategies that resonate across the diverse industries. My commitment is to pioneering solutions that promote growth and innovation. I look forward to sharing the nuances of fractional leadership and its potential impact on today's businesses with all of you.
All right, let's jump in. So, Jonathan, tell me what a fractional CMO is, and tell me what a fractional CMO does in the first 90 days.
Well, when I started a year-long engagement, I often noticed that businesses' strategy isn't quite in sync with their marketing efforts. Many companies, especially small to medium businesses, have clear visions, but their marketing strategies aren't perfectly aligned with today's digital and AI-driven landscapes. I begin with a comprehensive assessment of their current marketing efforts to address this. This involves reviewing existing data, interviewing key stakeholders, and analyzing their market position to pinpoint where misalignments occur. For instance, they might be good at drawing customers in, but struggle to keep them engaged long term. My focus then shifts to creating a strategic roadmap incorporating modern tools and strategies to enhance customer retention and brand loyalty. This ensures that every marketing move is powerfully aligned with overarching business goals, turning potential weak spots into solid strengths.
Betty, hi.
Hi. Hi, Dean. Hi, Jonathan. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yes. Can you talk to me about in a hypothetical 1 year engagement, let's say, and you're the fractional CMO. Tell me
Sure.
about what you like to tackle, or even what problems you go looking for, because the business might not even see their problem, but you know it's going to be there. Tell me, like, what sort of like makes up the top 2 or 3 things that make up the first 90 days, and let the audience know a little bit about you.
Sure. Well, I'm Betty Ledgerwood, and I'm a fractional CMO. I'm usually brought in when a company sees that it's behind where it needs to be with their marketing.
Right.
Maybe they're running out of funding. Maybe they need to show some results to a new investor or buyer. Or maybe they see they're never going to get off the launch pad until they figured out this marketing thing. So someone typically refers me in. And so the first 90 days looks very similar to what Jonathan is talking about. And step one is always a situation analysis. I do an audit and evaluate what they've done so far. And yeah, typically we find there's several issues, and usually it's around strategy. So, or not having a plan. So step two is definitely always about creating a marketing plan that kind of aligns with their business objectives. And, that's always something I find that's missing. Anyway,
Right.
that's a big thing. And step three is usually the implementation of that plan where you evaluate, measure, and adjust. So the caveat is to this that if there are any initiatives, and there always is, right? I find that there's always some last minute, oh my gosh, we need to have somebody in to fix this because we've got this deadline. So that's typically happening at the same time that we're working on everything else. Or if there's some low hanging fruit that we identify that we can fix right away, for example, just some verbiage around the website, just to improve their messaging or their positioning on their website, that kind of thing we usually do first or at the same time, because clients like to see progress, right? 3 months is a long time.
Why do they?
90 days is a long time. So we like to have them see results right away.
All right. So let's shift and let's pretend I'm your client's CEO. I'm the
Okay.
CEO of the company that, right, chances are I had to go get approval or for the spend to bring in. I mean, in all likelihood, you're the first CMO the company's ever had of
Right.
any stripe, never mind fractional, right? So
Right.
I got the budget approved to have a fractional CMO for a year, right?
Right.
How do I squeeze every last penny of value out of that 1 year with a fractional CMO?
Okay. That's a really good question. I would say that you need to be super clear on your objectives and what you want to achieve. And it also helps to be a really good communicator in
Mhm.
that vein. Um, I think it's important for the CEO to be really available, for meetings and interviews and to
Right.
participate in part of the process. I think it's important to be supportive. And once they agree on the go forward plan, that they shouldn't opt out of a bunch of the initiatives and kind of cherry pick because it's a
Right.
house of cards. And obviously, the marketing won't be as effective if you're changing things last minute. And I'm not suggesting you don't pivot and be flexible, but that's key. And I
Mhm.
think you need to be an advocate for the marketing. Marketing isn't an activity done solely by the marketing department. It should never be siloed. And it's a company wide effort that everybody should help implement. So I think them helping facilitate that is really important, their buy in.
Jonathan, so I want to ask you the same question, but I want to give you an opportunity to answer the inverse of that question, which is how does the CEO get maximum value? Like, what is the one or two main things to get maximum value out of that CEO, the CMO? Or if you prefer to answer it this way, how do you, in your experience, how do companies end up wasting the money that they spent on their CMO by doing something that they should have stopped doing or by not doing something they should have been doing relative to that CMO? Your call.
That's a great question, Dean. To get the most out of a fractional CMO, CEOs should focus on a clear goal setting and open communication. Defining success with specific metrics and timelines is crucial, so we're aligned on expectations. An essential part of my integration is the company culture. CEOs should foster an environment that collaborative and open to new ideas and approaches. This openness helps ensure my innovative strategies can be implemented effectively without resistance. Empowering me to make decisions is vital for applying my expertise to impactful marketing initiatives. Additionally, maintaining regular communication helps keep strategies responsive and align with business needs. Cross departmental collaboration is another key factor. Working closely with sales, product development, and customer service ensures our comprehensive marketing strategies support the company overall goal.
All right, so Jonathan, let's talk about the marketing team that's already in place. Probably junior and mid-level folks, right? Let's think ahead 12 months. So it's been a year of having a fractional CMO, probably the first ever CMO they've ever had in marketing for that company, right? How is that team better off at the end of those 12 months? Or how is it different? Never mind better, but how's it just different from having a CMO in place for a year?
Well, when stepping in as a fractional CMO, where a marketing team is already in place, my initial approach is to listen and really understand the team's dynamics and ongoing projects. This helps me appreciate the workflows and logic behind current strategies. I identify quick wins to build trust and demonstrate immediate value, such as optimizing existing campaigns or updating digital tools. These initial successes can illustrate the benefits of new approaches without overwhelming the team. It's important to gradually introduce changes to respect established workflows and reduce resistance. I'm transparent about the goals and reasons for any shifts, ensuring everyone understands why adjustments are being made. The clarity helps foster buy-in and eases the team into the new processes. Encouraging open feedback is crucial. I actively seek input from the team on what works and what doesn't, adjusting our strategy accordingly. This open dialogue not only refines our approach, but also strengthens trust and collaboration within the team.
Okay, and Betty, how about you? What do you think that marketing team looks like, or how's it different after
Well,
12 months of exposure?
yeah, I think it is kind of tough initially sometimes, right? And I agree with Jonathan in terms of trying to really understand where they're at and what their pain points are. And it really does depend, will the CMO improve anything? It depends really on how um, that position's positioned as they come in. But really, if they haven't had a seat at the table, I think that having a CMO really validates the department.
Right.
They finally have someone in the C-suite that advocates for them. I think they're more likely to get the resources they need, and frankly, just to have a voice on the management team and to be seen. And I think typically my experience is that that's what they've been missing. If they haven't had a CMO or somebody at the table, it means that marketing hasn't been that important and that they're kind of with the sales. And so I think this can bring a lot of value. CMO position can bring a lot of value. And I think it can improve the marketing department quite a bit by adding some structure, some strategy, getting the resources that you need to develop like a strategic marketing plan, and aligning with all the stakeholders, I think, is one thing they can see. And I think because the outcomes typically improve, and you reach your corporate objectives, it always feels great. So my experience has been it's really positive experience for the marketing team.
Let's talk about one person on that marketing team. Let's talk about the most junior, newest employee in marketing, right?
Yeah.
If you had a chance to talk to that person, or if you were going to talk to yourself at the beginning of your marketing career, right? Like, what sort of like one thing would you tell that person to make sure they do or ask or try to experience in the 1 year that they're going to have exposure to that fractional CMO?
Well, I'm going to say learn everything you can. There's a lot to be learned from a CMO when you're, who's open about sharing knowledge.
Right.
And so I think, that junior person would be well advised to glean anything they can from the CMO. Learn about strategy and process and maybe some business acumen. And at the end of the day, I think, they would gain some confidence from having a CMO and to be able to learn really from them.
And Jonathan, what do you think?
Yeah, I completely agree with Betty. I focus on aligning marketing efforts with broader business goals, which might bring new projects or change current priorities to target higher returns. So one of my key roles is to streamline processes and tools. By making workflow more efficient, I help lighten everyone's load. This could mean introducing new tech or tweaking strategies to make tasks easier and more effective. I bring a diverse experience set and mentor teams, offering training and one-on-one coaching to help build skills and advance careers. I encourage open communication and value everyone's input, which helps us work better together and ensures everyone's voice is heard.
Jonathan, so I want to ask you a question now. It's kind of blunt. It's not meant to be mean. But the question is this: fractional CMO, okay? There are a lot of easier ways to make money than being a fractional CMO. A lot less frustrating. Nicer hours. Why do this job?
Well, I see the benefits of of CMO, of being a CMO, fractional CMO. Understand that Halyard Consulting, when we've been around for 15 years, and for the past 13 of those, we were focused on SEO and website design and development.
Right.
And we've only recently moved into the AI integration for our company and for our clients. And so, working with the executive level to have them understand what AI is capable of doing is incredibly rewarding. And so that's really where my thrill is. Yeah, it's difficult. You're coming into a new environment. You're working with people who may not want you there, that may have, thought someone else should have gotten the job, but that's always the case, right? And so you always have those battles. And it's really the skills that I'm bringing forward to try to move the company forward, which is incredibly important for the company itself. You can't look at the individual. You have to understand that AI is going to be integrated on all levels for all corporations.
Betty, what do you think? Why do this? Why do this job? Why?
I love this job. I think it's so creative and it's ever changing, especially in the last 4 years
Mm-hmm.
with AI, but with COVID and with the technology evolution. I think is it makes it really exciting, and always there's something new. So what I love about it, especially, is that it's the creative side of business development and creating a business and seeing it to fruition and seeing it to be successful. And as far as being a CMO is concerned versus someone who's a little more junior, I think that having us on board will give you, especially at the CMO level, what we bring to the table really is process and the tools to use to speed up getting results.
All right. Well, guys, this has been really great. I really appreciate it. It's been pretty revealing. I get weird answers when I ask people why I am not a fractional CMO, so I get weird answers. I like the fact that, but honestly, other than salespeople, I don't know anyone else in any enterprise that is as optimistic as marketers. And you kind of have to be optimistic to be a salesperson or a marketer, right? If you weren't, the job would kill you. Right? You would just die. All right. Well, that's about it for me. Thank you very much, Betty, and thank you very much, Jonathan, for being here.
Thanks, Dean.
And
Absolutely, Dean. Thank you.
And I'll see you guys in the next episode or in any of the clips. See you soon.
Great.
Bye.